they do. Yeah,
That's just true to
and running 1,000 cases a week. Yep. And of course, overall, he's actually a very good kid.
Lots of practice.
Good evening. I'd like to call everyone's attention to tonight's council meeting. First of all, we'll start with the invocation, then we'll go to the Pledge of Allegiance. Mayor Bobby Herndon will lead us in our invocation. Everybody would please stand.
Heavenly Father, thank you for your love. Thank you for this opportunity we have to fellowship together here in this city hall. Lord, just thank you for the citizens of the great city of Northport, Alabama. Just give wisdom and guidance to each elected official. Lord, just let us deal with everything in a wise and just manner. Lord, just thank you for loving us, and these things we ask. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Mr. McCollum, would you call roll, please?
Councilwoman Bobo.
Here.
Councilman Washington.
Here.
Councilman Hinton.
Here.
Councilman Dykes. Councilman Hogg.
Here.
President Hogg. Apologize.
No problem. I do want to mention that Councilwoman Dykes is under the weather tonight, so she could not be here, but she sends her regards. Next on the agenda is presentations. Councilman Washington was not able to be here last meeting when the rest of the council was sworn in, so tonight we want to make sure that we do the same presentation with Councilman Washington and have him sworn in. Time, if the people that are conducting the swearing in of Councilman Washington would come forward.
All right, repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Alabama, that I will observe its provisions and the ordinance of the City of Northport, and that I will faithfully and honestly discharge the duties of the office of council member, District 2, to the best of my ability.
All right.
Congratulations, Councilman Washington. Next under presentation is the proclamation for the 2020 Eccles Middle School volleyball team. Mayor Herndon.
All right, girls, now come on in. If you will, just line up so everybody can see, just come around. Parents, come in, take pictures if you wish. I'm gonna reach right through here. There we go. A few weeks back, I was at Jalapeno's restaurant over by the dam. My daughter works over there, and Bonnie Gomez, and he said, "We just heard that the Eccles Middle School volleyball team is on its way over here to eat." And I said, "Okay, that's cool." And he said they won the city-county championship. And so they all came in, and they were all excited. And I told them, I said, "Look, I love recognizing people. So we are going to recognize you as the city-county champions." This team went undefeated in every match they played this year, which is awesome. And so we're going to recognize them, and I'm going to read the proclamation, and I hope I get all the names right. If we don't, we can correct them and get a whole new proclamation. That's not a problem. So anyway, I'm going to turn around here so I can look at you. All right. Whereas the hard work, dedication, sportsmanship, talent, and exceptional team chemistry of the 2020 Eccles volleyball team has led this team to a perfect season. And whereas team members Carolina Alvarez, Brooke Arundel, Holly Beth Brooks, Maya Clark, Kaylee Kyle, Mary Elizabeth Lindsay, Izzy Lyons, Darby McGee, Ashley Myers, Mary Morgan Odom, Jaden Pearson, Molly Cameron, Phelan Daly, Gracie Falls, Katie Nolan, Lily Grace West, Allie Wood, and Peyton Wiley, along with managers Miko Lindsay and Kinsley Spann, brought honor to Eccles Middle School and the city of Northport by winning the city-county championship. And whereas head coach Cherish Hamner and assistant coach Amy Tyler Chambly played integral roles in guiding this team to victory with their unwavering support. And whereas parents of these outstanding athletes are to be commended on leading these young women on a path to success and achievement, and whereas the city of Northport will always cheer on the young men and women of this community and celebrate their victories. Therefore, on behalf of the city of Northport, I, Mayor Bobby Herndon, do hereby recognize and heartily congratulate Eccles Middle School and the 2020 Eccles volleyball team on this outstanding accomplishment. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. Did I miss many names up? Okay, let's give them a hand, folks. All right.
Is there any way they can get like this? Nobody's parents can get everybody in one
Once again, we would like to congratulate the Eccles volleyball team for such a great job this year. So good job, girls. Next under presentations is Business of the Month, Mayor Bobby Herndon.
Something we started quite a few years ago and we're starting back now is recognizing an existing business in Northport. You know, we're always out to try to recruit new businesses, always grateful for them, but we have to always say thank you to the ones that have been in Northport, the ones that come faithfully to serve our citizens, to supply our needs. And the business of the month this week is chosen by Councilwoman Bobo. It's District 1, and it's Mark's Mart. Now, do I have somebody from Mark's Mart here to come on over? We'll stand right here. Absolutely. Now, let's see. Well, I got to read it first. Okay. I get to you. Okay. Whereas Mark's Mart was founded in 1978 by Rodney King in Selma, Alabama, and whereas Rodney's son, Jacob King, found a passion for the family business and opened the doors to a Northport location in 2019. Whereas Mark's Mart is famous for the original chicken swirl that is loved by so many, and whereas Northport citizens have enjoyed finding local specialty items and high-quality meats. Now, therefore, I, Bobby Herndon, by the authority vested in me as mayor of the great city of Northport, Alabama, do hereby proclaim Mark's Mart to be Business of the Month, November 2020, in the city of Northport, and express our appreciation for their continued contributions to the quality of life and well-being of our citizens. And I thank you so much. I'm going to let you give it to him. Got anybody here to take pictures?
No, it's just me.
Well, yeah, okay. Here's the pictures right there.
You're our first business of the month.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's a great honor.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilwoman. Mark's Mart has definitely been a great staple here in Northport since they opened in 2019. So if you have not been, please make it a point to go by and see them. They're located downtown Northport, close to the train trestle. All right, moving on. Number 5, approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve? That's a motion by Councilman Hinton.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. McCullum, call roll, please.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
As of today, we have no visitors to address the council, so next on the list is 8A1. 8A1 is the first reading declaring sales tax holiday for severe weather preparedness. Mr. McGee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, this is for the annual sales tax holiday for severe weather. It'll be February 26th through the 28th. And this is the first reading to approve that.
I'll offer that for a first reading. 8A2 is first reading of an ordinance amending Section 2-42 of the Northport Municipal Code. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President. About 4 years ago, the city modified the city code concerning public records policy to give some rules to be followed, and we have basically left it unchanged with one exception. Over the last 4 years, we've found a lot of for-profit companies, most of them out of state, are making records requests, and we don't mind doing that and providing those, but in effect, we've been subsidizing these requests. We've been charging $10 an hour when the employees doing the work to search for these records cost the city more. So all we're doing is changing the existing ordinance to reflect that that the actual cost would be paid, the actual hourly cost to the city would be paid on these requests, and we're still very open to documents. If they want to pay for it, we'll gladly give it to them. If it's a document that's a public document, we will continue to be open and work with the media. We normally don't charge the media as long as your guys' requests are reasonable. I don't have to buy a pickup truck to deliver them. But this is really something that more out-of-state and for-profit companies have started to exploit. It's really impacting our staffing. And usually if I tell them, send me a $200 check, I never hear from them again. So that's the only change. We still, any residents of Tuscaloosa County still get the first 10 pages free, first hour free. But mainly this is to help the city recoup their costs because it's just taking more and more time to deal with these requests.
So, Mr. Davis, if I'm hearing correctly, no changes to our residents, just for...
Well, the residents will start paying the actual cost as well, but they'll still get the first hour free and the first 10 pages free.
Just trying not to go into a hole with what
That's right. That's right. And we're trying to put more and more things on our website too, so people don't have to go back and ask for things. And we can, for example, if you want a copy of the budget, we'll just have it on that website. If you ask for something that makes sense, it's easier for me to put it on the website than it is to get it to one person. So we're trying to be very open and very transparent, but we also don't want to subsidize all these requests that these companies are making, obviously, for their own business reasons. And that's fine if they just want to pay for the citizens to do that.
Okay.
The
Thank
next
you for the
one,
explanation.
I'm sorry, is a modification of Section 2.36. I was at the League Attorneys meeting 2 weeks ago, and this was a topic of concern that sometimes you welcome public comment, but you also need to have some rules about public comment. And the open meetings law gives everyone the right to be present at a meeting. It doesn't give you the right to speak at a meeting. But we do think that our citizens should speak, but what we want to do is set up some reasonable rules and regulations to help us. For example, if someone gets up tonight and asks about a pothole somewhere, we don't know anything about it, we don't know how to respond other than, hey, look, give us your name and number, and we'll get back with you. So in order to prevent that, what we're proposing is, instead of signing up on the night of the meeting, we'll put a form on the website, and you can fill it out. We'll know what your issues are. Hopefully we can address them Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, or Friday before, or even on Monday before the meeting, so we can resolve it. But this is that. Also, if you've got a group of people, if you'll elect a spokesperson, we'll give you more time. We want to try to limit the comments to 3 minutes if we can. But again, this is not to try to prohibit people from contacting people. We want to add a page on our website that if you will email, if you want to email the mayor, want to email a particular council member, the city administrator, myself, or all of the above, or some of the above, you can do that and we can address those things. So we're encouraging citizen input, but sometimes they're not, when someone's talking about their one personal issue and no one's here that knows anything about it, and they take 30 minutes of the council's time and the public's time, it probably can be done better. And that's something that's happening all across at least the state of Alabama, and I'm sure otherwise. So this is, again, first reading. It's a suggestion to try to bring some rules that make sense for everybody, but keep an open communication between the citizens and the elected officials.
Okay, just to reiterate, Ron, this amending the Section 2-36 is to try to make a more efficient city council meeting. We do welcome public comment. We want the public to comment when they need to. We want to be open and transparent. But what we're trying to ask for is for the public, if they have an issue, to get with us a few days prior to the council meeting, put in a request, because those things might be able to happen with the staff prior to them having to come up here and sit through a council meeting to get addressed. That's
right. That saves the citizens time. It also saves us. And also, during this issue of COVID, normally we had all the department heads present at the city council meetings. Now, the only department heads that have actual business on the agenda are here. So if someone comes up and need something out of a particular department, that department head's not here, it really is kind of wasting everyone's time. So it kind of gives us a heads up and gives us a reason. We know if you're gonna come Monday night, gives us a little incentive to get it fixed before then if we can, or at least addressed. So we think it's probably a positive move for everyone in their time, both for the citizens and for the elected officials.
And all the elected officials have their information on the website, so if there's any person that needs to get in touch with any one of us that are sitting up here, that information is there at www.cityofnorthport.org. Please go to that, take a look, let us know. We're very responsive in getting back with you. Also, staff will be as well. So with that being said, we're going to go back to 8A2. This is a first reading for ordinance amending section 2-42 of the Northport Municipal Code. Would any member of council like to offer this for a first reading?
I will offer.
Okay. And then 8A3, first reading of ordinance amending section 2-36 of the Northport Municipal Code. Would any member of council like to offer this for a first reading?
I'll offer it.
Okay, Councilwoman Bobo. All right, moving on. 8B1, this is resolutions of a temporary nature. This is resolution awarding bid file 20-7, janitorial products. Ms. Starnes.
Yes, sir. This is routine annual bids for janitorial supplies. One Source Office Products was the lowest bidder, meeting the bid specs.
Okay. Any member of council would like to make a motion awarding this bid?
Motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Hinton. Mr. McCollum, call roll, please.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
One gentleman had his hand raised on the last item. What's that?
I asked to address the council, and I called last week and didn't get a call back, and I called before I came over, didn't get a call back.
Are you Mr. Joe?
Get on the list.
Are you Mr. Joe?
I'm Joe Brown.
Okay,
You can't read that because I'm an old man.
I understand. Mr. Brown, this here for the ordinances of a resolution of a permanent nature, this was just offered for a first reading tonight, so that has not gone through. You will still be able to speak as you have signed up at the end of our council agenda, which is, it will be number 13, public comment. You have signed under public comment. We will address that at that moment. Thank you. Okay, 8B2, Ms. Starnes, this is a resolution for miscellaneous auto parts.
Yes, sir. This is routine annual bids for miscellaneous auto parts. Northport Auto met all bid specs.
Okay, would any member of council like to make a motion to adopt this resolution?
Make a motion.
Okay, that's a motion by Councilman Washington. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B3 is a resolution awarding bid file 20-9, heavy-duty auto parts. Ms. Starnes.
Yes, sir. This is routine annual bids for heavy-duty auto parts. Southland International was the lowest bidder, meeting all bid specs.
Okay, I'll make that motion adopting the resolution awarding the bid for heavy-duty auto parts to Southland International Trucks. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B4 is resolution awarding bid file 20-10 for light-duty auto parts. Ms. Starnes.
Yes, sir. Routine annual bids for light-duty auto parts. Northport Auto was the bidder, meeting all bid specs.
A member of council would like to make a motion for this resolution.
So move.
It's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B5, resolution awarding bid file 20-11, automotive batteries. Ms. Starnes.
Yes, sir. Routine annual bids for automotive batteries. Northport Auto met all bid specs.
Okay, would a member of council like to make a motion to award the bid for automotive batteries to Northport Auto Supply?
So moved.
It's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Mr. McCollum?
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
and President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B6, resolution awarding bid file 20-12 oil products. Ms. Starnes?
Yes, sir. Routine annual bids for oil products. W.H. Thomas was the bidder meeting all bid specs.
All right, I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Mr. McCollum?
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B7, resolution awarding bid file 20-13 concrete and grout mix. Ms. Starnes?
Yes, sir. Annual bid for concrete and grout. Bama Concrete met all bid specs.
Okay, is there a member of council that would like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilman Hinton with the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum?
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Got ahead of myself. Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
At 8B8, resolution awarding bid file 20-14 drainage pipe. Ms. Starnes?
Yes, sir. Annual bid for drainage pipe. Ferguson met all bid specs.
Okay, is there a member of council that would like to award the bid for drainage pipe to Ferguson Waterworks?
Motion it.
Okay, motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum?
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B9, resolution awarding bid file 20-15 stone and riprap. Ms. Starnes?
Yes, sir. Annual bid for stone and riprap. Pierce Trucking met all bid specs.
Okay. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum?
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B10 is not Ms. Starnes, so we'll go on to, Chief Burton is not here, so
Chief Carpenter.
Captain Carpenter, there's a resolution declaring 4 police vehicles as surplus.
This would be 4 older vehicles that we have that we want to take out of service after we purchase 4 new ones.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to approve the resolution declaring certain vehicles as surplus and authorizing their disposal?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum?
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B11 is resolution authorizing the city administrator to enter into a right-of-way use agreement with Billy Boyd on Bridge Avenue. Mr. Barnum?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Mr. Boyd is redeveloping his property, or taking the existing building, renovating it, adding a paved parking lot in front of it. We see it as a positive move on his part for the downtown area. Our right-of-way is about 35 to 40 feet behind the curb, which is unusually large, and this will just be an agreement between the city and Mr. Boyd to acknowledge ownership of the property, and he'll understand that any improvements that he's doing will be, on him.
Okay. If anyone is wondering where this is at, this is located on Bridge Avenue going down toward the levee, basically across from Dreamland right there with
Yes, sir.
in the corner. Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt the resolution authorizing us to enter into a right-of-way use agreement with Billy Boyd? That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
and President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B12 is a resolution accepting change order number 1 for Charlie Shirley Tank Rehabilitation Project.
Yes,
Mr. Webb.
President. Yes, President Hogg. During construction of this project in sandblasting, 2 items were found to not be in repairable shape, the hatch and the ladder, and this is to replace those and put them in a safe manner.
All right, I'd like to make the motion to approve the resolution for change order number 1 for the Charlie Shirley Tank Rehab Project. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
AB 13, resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute an agreement with the Cassidy Company for relocation of utility facilities on public right-of-way. Mr. Webb.
Yes, President Hogg. Outlaw is doing an access management project on Highway 82 from Highway 69 to Rice Mine Road. This agreement will allow us to proceed with the engineering to relocate the utilities necessary between Highway 82 and Watermelon Road, our city limits.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to adopt that resolution?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
By Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
AB 14 is resolution adopting the fiscal year 2021 capital budget. Mr. McGee.
Yes, President Hogg, this is our 2021 capital budget for both the general fund and the water and sewer fund. We'd ask that you approve that.
Okay. Any member of the Finance Committee want to add anything to that?
Finance Committee met last week, and we're in a really good place as far as the fiscal year 2020. We came in at 2% over budget with revenues, and our expenses were 1 million under budget. So we're pretty sound. Capital projects, line items that we recommend to be approved tonight. There is a $150,000 line item for audiovisual, and we all agreed on making a recommendation to approve that, just with the thoughts that we are intending to move forward after we assess the true needs.
Okay. Any member of council would like to move to adopt this resolution? Okay, that's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next is 8B 15. This is resolution appointing members to the Planning Commission. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. The first resolution will appoint Mr. Clay Randolph to serve as the mayor's designee to the Planning Commission. The second resolution will appoint Mr. James McKinney to serve as the administrative official, which would be a staff member, and that's also to the Planning Commission. Both of the terms are 4-year terms, and that will expire on November the 4th of 2024.
Okay. These have to be voted on separately, so is there a member of council that would like to move that Clay Randolph be appointed to serve as the mayor's designee to the Northport Planning Commission? That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments?
Just to make it clear, this is a mayor's designee, but it's not appointed by the mayor. Just want to make clarification on that. Most of you know I'm a land surveyor, and full disclosure and try to be as transparent as possible, I will not be making any appointments to the Planning and Zoning Commission, but the council has graciously consented to making the appointments for me.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry I didn't say that, but that is correct. The council is the one that is moving to approve Clay Randolph to be appointed to serve in that role. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Second part of AB 15 is the administrative official, which is our staff member. As Ms. Ram said, James McKinney to be appointed as the staff member to the Northport Planning Commission. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
and President Hogg.
Yes.
The motion carries.
And 8B16 is resolution accepting bid for downtown streetscape and relocation of utilities Phase 1. Mr. Varnon.
Yes, sir. This will award the bid to GFC Construction, including both alternates.
Okay. And also, can you just elaborate on the alternates, what that will consist of?
Yes, sir. The first alternate was replacing the concrete street light poles that was in the base bid with decorative metal poles. And then the second alternate was to provide the brick pavers in the parking places.
Okay, so all of that will tie in with the regular downtown to try to make this look as seamless as possible when we
That's
do the
correct.
streetscape project.
Correct.
And
And we had to take alternate 1 to get alternate 2.
right, so it was an all or nothing item. Okay. Would a member of council like to make the motion to adopt the resolution awarding GFC Construction the contract to complete the downtown sidewalk and streetscape improvement Phase 1 project, and authorize the interim city administrator to execute the contract and approve all requisitions pertaining to this project? Motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B17 is a resolution appointing a member to the Tuscaloosa Library. We had a member on the Tuscaloosa Public Library Board for Northport, and he has resigned. We have been without an appointee for a few months and felt like it was needed to be put back on. So I would like to move to adopt the resolution appointing Randy Fondren to the Tuscaloosa Public Library Board with the term expiring in August 2021. I have talked to Mr. Fondren, and he is willing to serve and would really like to do that for the city. So if it pleases the mayor and council, that would be in the form of a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next item is our consent agenda. This ranged from minutes to bill listings to PO requisitions. I believe all the council members have had a chance to look at this. Anyone want to make the motion to approve the consent agenda as printed?
I move to approve the consent agenda as printed.
Okay, that's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo. Is there a second? Second. Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next on the agenda is number 9, reports of special committees of council. Projects Committee met this past week, and there's a lot of different things that will be going on in the city as we move forward with the new mayor and council, and we will have an update for the public at next meeting regarding some of those items. But in the meantime, is there any other committees that have met that would like to address the council tonight.
The Administrative Committee, Mr. President, I'd like to make a few comments from
Okay.
our meeting. We met on Thursday, November the 12th, 2 o'clock. Max Snyder, the Development Director, discussed the Educational Grants Project for the Northport City Schools. A total of $300,000 is budgeted for program improvement in the Northport City Schools. This money is taken from the Northport First or the 1-cent sales tax funds. Grant applications for the school were due by today. We have 10 schools in the Northport area that were receiving grants. If they submitted their applications, and all 10 of them have turned them in by today, I believe Mr. Snyder said. Each project must be approved before the schools begin implementation, and we think this project will really make a difference in the instructional programs in our schools. Max also discussed the feasibility study for the Sports Complex Aquatic Center. Victus Advisor from the state of Utah was selected to conduct the feasibility study. They will be beginning this process very soon and expect to complete the study within 12 weeks. Looking forward to the results and the study and hope to move forward with the project in the near future. One other item that I wanted to mention, we also discussed in depth the job description for the city administrator's position and plan to have it ready to present to the council for a vote in early January. With the holidays approaching, we feel it's best to wait until after the first of the year to begin a search for this position. Also, the possibility for placing this position under civil service was again discussed. That completes the report.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to report from their committees? Next is City Administrator's business. Mr. McCullum?
Yes, Mr. President, we continue with our resurfacing, making really good progress. You may have seen that we have gotten part of the parking lot in front of City Hall completed. We continue with that. Got several other projects that we continue to push for and work on. And I'll just share this with you, part of what you get into when you get good smooth roads to ride in, and we've alerted, and so we'll be alerting our citizens as well. You better slow down.
Thank you. As part of the resurfacing project is still going on in the city of Northport. Every year we try to update.
I might add, Mr. President, just briefly, we have gotten the completion, I believe, or in the final stages of our MLK project. We will probably hold another public meeting on that just to disseminate further information to the public. But the environmental should be complete on that, is Mr. Barton, and if you've got anything else you want to add to that. But we're making really good progress with that as well.
Yes, sir. I followed up with our consultant last week on the MLK project. They've been going back and forth with the state, trying to get the state level satisfied. They expect one round of comments. It was submitted last week or the week before, finally. But with the comment periods from various agencies and the holiday season, they think we'll be lucky to get the comments and a completed document by April.
Okay. Thanks, Doug. Next on the list is departmental business. 12A1 is a standard ABC license approval for Bravo Investments LLC, DBA Cheers Wine and Spirits. Captain Carpenter.
Police department has no objection to either business license, liquor license.
Okay. I have to open the floor for a public hearing for this agenda item. If there's a member of the public that would like to come and speak for or against this item, now's the time to do so. Anyone here? All right. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. And I will turn it over to the council for someone to either make a motion to approve or deny this ABC license for Bravo Investments LLC doing business as Cheers Wine and Spirits. Okay, I'll make the motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next on the list is number 12A2, Gamma Business Services LLC doing business as trademark number 2. This is also an ABC license out of the police department. Captain Carpenter.
We have no objection to the license.
Okay. This also calls for a public hearing, so I will open the floor for a public hearing at this time. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak for or against this project? All right, hearing none, I'm gonna close the floor. Is there a member of council that would like to make a motion to approve or deny the ABC license for Gamma Business Services LLC doing business as trademark number 2?
So moved to approve.
Yes. Motion by Councilwoman Bobo. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton. President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next on the agenda is our public comment. We have one citizen that has signed up to speak tonight. That is Mr. Joe Brown. If you would, please come to the podium. State your name and address for the record.
My name is Joe Brown. I live at 215 42nd Street East, Northport, Alabama, and that happens to be Indian Lake.
Indian Lake. Okay.
I'd like to address the council in some road paving. The streetscaping that you mentioned a minute ago, is that going to take up the paving tiles behind Billy Goats and fix them holes there?
Talking about Billy's Downtown Sports
Yeah.
Grill?
Yeah.
Mr. McCullum, do you?
No, that doesn't include that. We have that's under a separate project, Joe, that's going to be done, that involves ALDOT. That's
Okay.
okay. So the answer to your question is yes, it will be done.
It'll be done,
but it's a
later on.
separate project.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Another question. The MLK project, what does that consist of?
Well, it's Doug, you want to describe it? It's a major renovation of that entire right-of-way from McFarland to
82?
82 or Bridge Avenue, rather.
Yeah. Is that going to consist of any paving?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We're patching potholes and patching now. So
Yes, sir.
I'd like to see Martin Luther King, which used to be Park Street, paved all the way from Bridge Avenue to 82.
That is included, as
Really
well as
neat.
replacing the bridge there at Hunter
Okay.
Creek Road.
All
Yes,
right,
sir. I
good.
think it carries about a $10 million budget.
Good.
It also includes some various streetscapes, some beautification
And-
projects as
yeah.
well.
And
Curbs
traffic
and-
calming.
Yeah, traffic
That,
calming.
that's really in need of that.
Mr. Br-
Also, from Billy Goats out to the airport, I'd like to see that road paved in sometime in the future.
on 5th Street.
I know the money's not there, but at least let's start thinking about it. That's a road that's traveled by many, many people.
Yes,
and
sir.
It really needs it.
And one thing, Joe, there's recently the council and mayor had decided to use a service that evaluates all of the roads here in Northport. So they will scale them out on a scale. It's 1 to 10 or something, or
1 to 5.
1 to 5, telling us which roads are in the worst need and which ones are not. So that's going to help us as we move forward on prioritization.
You should
of
have paved that
those.
road before the parking lot out here.
Some people will disagree with that. But
I know. Another project I'd like to see done is from Main Avenue, from Billy Goats, all the way out to 82.
Yes, sir.
Widen the streets, pave it, and also when you do a paving job, please put in there that the manhole covers will be level with the elevation of the road.
Yes, sir.
They never need having a manhole down that far like that and hitting them so-called potholes.
I agree with you.
So I appreciate it.
Joe, we're going to have a public hearing again on the MLK project. I think Councilman Washington is trying to ensure that the public's well informed on the progress of that project and the scope of that project. So we'll make sure that you are notified of that as well, so you can come and
It'd be good to
see
that
us
done,
in
because
action.
I travel that road when
Yes,
it was gravel, and I'd like to see it paved. I'd like to see it paved again. So,
Thank
all
you,
right.
Joe.
Thank you much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Good to see you.
All right. Next on the agenda is mayor and council members' business. We'll start with the Honorable Mayor Herndon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just appreciate everybody being here. This is our first regular meeting as a new mayor and council. Once again, I'll say thank you to the Eccles Middle School volleyball team and to the Mark Smart business that we recognize tonight. Our next meeting, Councilman Washington will have a business, and we're also going to be recognizing the Collins Riverside Middle School football team for their winning of the city and county championship, which was pretty much it's awesome because they only had about 15 players on the whole team. Is that right, Councilman Washington? Had 15 players on the whole team that won the city county championship. That's some hard-nosed bunch of boys right there, let me tell you. So, but they're going to be up here at the next council meeting. We're going to recognize them.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor Herndon. District 1, Councilwoman Bobo.
I would like to thank Mayor Herndon for bringing back the recognition and the recognizing a business each month. I think it's really important to recognize our business leaders who are doing so much for our community.
Totally agree. Councilman Washington?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. First, I'd like to thank my family and friends for coming out tonight for my swearing in. It really means a lot. Going through this process, I want to thank the staff for dealing with me. You know, I'm really difficult. So I appreciate y'all for listening and helping me, and I appreciate everything. On the 26th of November, we will be down at the Robert Hatson Community Center. That's the day before Thanksgiving. We'll be giving out food and plates, you know, for anybody that's in need. So if anybody know anybody within the city of Northport, some elders or anything that need a plate, just give us a list and names. We'll try to make a point. Sorry, that's the 25th of November, that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So if y'all know anybody, District 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, you know, we want everybody or anybody that have a need to make sure they get hot meal before the holidays. So just, you can email me and let me know, and we'll make sure that we get it to them if they can't get it, or you can come pick it up for them and take it to them. But other than that, I want to thank everybody on the council as well and the mayor for the help these past 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks, sir.
District 3, Councilman Hinton.
I don't have anything tonight.
Okay. Under my business, under District 5, nothing really to report. I do want to make a note that normally in December, the first Monday meeting, we usually have the local Tuscaloosa Park and Recreation Authority and Tuscaloosa County Christmas Parade. This year is going to be a little different with the Christmas Parade, but we do want to make sure that we are not interfering, and that we can all attend and go ourselves. So I think I'd have to make a motion. Is that correct? I'd like to make a motion that we move the December meeting to Monday, December 14th. That's only a week later. So if it pleases Mayor and Council, December 14th, 5:30, council meeting. That's it. That'll be the only meeting for the month, as the next meeting we'll be getting into the Christmas holidays, and we'll reconvene again in January. Now, if something comes up, of course, that we see that needs to be done, we can always call a special call meeting, but at this time, we don't foresee that happening. So one meeting in December, December 14th, that is in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none.
President, let me just mention, we'll have our pre-meeting, won't we, at 5?
That's up to the council if you want to have a pre-meeting. Personally, I'm not for the pre-meeting, so if y'all want a pre-meeting, that's up to y'all. No? Okay. So no pre-meeting, just council meeting, 5:30, December 14th. That was in the form of a motion. That was a second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, Mr. McCollum?
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
That is all that I have under my business. The last item would be adjournment. So I'd like to make the motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you for coming.